Marvel has officially announced the full cast of Avengers Doomsday while also revealing that the film is now in production. I'm going to talk about all the characters that have been officially announced to be in the film and reveal the ones that are definitely missing. There's so much to talk about here, so let's not waste time and get into it. So on Wednesday, someone at Marvel made the boneheaded decision to announce the cast of the highly anticipated Avengers Doomsday over a nearly 5-hour and 30-minute live stream. And this didn't go over well. They set up this lineup of set chairs with the cast names behind them, revealing one by one over the course of the video. And to make things worse, in between the reveals was a lot of stopping and starting, with viewers just speculating about who the Russo brothers would announce next. So let's talk about these announcements. The first cast member revealed was Chris Hemsworth, reprising his role as Thor. When I saw his name, I thought, okay, here we go, we're finally getting the long-awaited new Avengers lineup. But that's not exactly how things played out. Sure, Paul Rudd is returning as Ant-Man and Simu Lee is coming back as Shang-Chi. Both characters will likely be part of the team, but right after Hemsworth, Marvel revealed that Vanessa Kirby will be reprising her role as Sue Storm, aka the Invisible Woman from the Fantastic Four First Steps. And the rest of Marvel's first family will also be joining the film. Pedro Pascal will be back as Reed Richards' Mr. Fantastic. His character plays a major role in the fight against Doctor Doom in the Secret Wars comic book. He'll be joined by Ebon Bachrach as Ben Grimm, the Thing, and Joseph Quinn as Johnny Storm, the Human Torch. The Fantastic Four are no strangers to taking on Doctor Doom in the comics, and since he's the big bad in this movie, it's pretty clear we'll be seeing a lot of them. Which makes me wonder if the Fantastic Four will be leading the charge against Doom instead of the Avengers in this movie. Next up, we have our new Captain America, Anthony Mackie, who will be joined by Downey Ramirez as the new Falcon. And of course, Sam Wilson's old partner, Bucky Barnes, played by Sebastian Stan, is also coming along, but now he's part of the Thunderbolts. Speaking of the Thunderbolts, the entire team is joining Avengers Doomsday. Florence Pugh is back as Yelena Belova, the Black Widow's successor, while David Harbour returns as Red Guardian. Wyatt Russell is back as John Walker, aka US Agent, and we'll also see Hannah John Kamen's Ghost and Louis Pullman as Sentry, who will be bringing his unique powers into the mix. With so many former villains and anti-heroes now on the same side, the Thunderbolts bring a whole new level of unpredictability to the movie. It's going to be pretty wild to see how they all come together. With Team Captain America, the Fantastic Four, and the Thunderbolts all uniting to defend Earth 616, we're in for some epic superhero team-ups, something that's usually reserved for comic books. Some of my favorite comic book storylines growing up were those big crossover events, like the original Secret Wars run. It's going to be really interesting to see how the Russo brothers pull all these characters together for the first time on the big screen. But Marvel wasn't done there. They surprised us all by including the X-Men. Yes, you heard that right. The mutants are officially coming to the MCU. This is big news. As a huge X-Men fan, I've been waiting for the Fox Universe characters to finally join the larger Marvel Universe, and it seems like that time has come. We've already gotten a taste of it in the past, with Kelsey Grammer making a surprise appearance as Beast in the Marvel's post-credit scene a few years ago, and Patrick Stewart returned as an alternate version of Professor Charles Xavier in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. But Avengers Doomsday is taking things to the next level by bringing them back along with a slew of beloved X-Men characters, and I think it's safe to say I'm pretty hyped about it. Ian McKellen is back as the powerful and iconic Magneto, James Marsden will reprise his role as Cyclops, and Rebecca Romijn returns as the shape-shifting Mystique. These actors played key roles in the original X-Men films, and their introduction into the MCU is a pretty big deal. But that's not all. Alan Cumming will also return as Nightcrawler, the teleporting mutant who brought so much heart to X-Men 2. And Channing Tatum, who played Gambit in Deadpool and Wolverine, will be making his return to the role. Tatum's Gambit is a fan favorite, and it's going to be pretty cool watching him fight alongside other X-Men for the first time. But noticeably, Hugh Jackman and Halle Berry have not joined the cast yet as Wolverine and Storm, and neither has Anna Paquin as Rogue or Famke Janssen as Jean Grey. I might be a little bit optimistic, but we could be seeing them join the cast soon, especially as the film moves further into production. I doubt they'll miss the opportunity to step back into their iconic roles for one last epic showdown alongside all the other mutants. It's an exciting time for X-Men fans, and with the mutants officially joining the MCU, the door is wide open for plenty of surprises in Avengers Doomsday and beyond. Of course, with all these superhero teams gearing up to defend the 616, it makes total sense that Wakanda's most powerful leaders would step up as well. After all, Wakanda has always been one of the most powerful and influential nations in the MCU, with some of the most advanced technology and deep-rooted warrior culture. So it was no surprise when Marvel announced that several key characters from the Black Panther films would be making their return in Avengers Doomsday. Letitia Wright is back as Shuri, the brilliant and tech-savvy sister of T'Challa, who has taken up the mantle of the Black Panther, following the tragic loss of her brother. Joining her is Tenoch Huerta, reprising his role as Namor, the powerful and complex ruler of Talokan, a kingdom hidden beneath the ocean. Namor's strength, speed, and control over marine life, combined with his knowledge of ancient civilizations, will definitely be a huge asset to the team. And Winston Duke is returning as M'Baku, the powerful leader and fierce warrior of the Jabari tribe. His character has evolved from a rival to a trusted ally, and his loyalty to Wakanda and the people he serves is unquestionable. And if the leaked Doomsday concept art is to be believed, a new Black Panther may also be thrown in the mix. Wakanda will definitely be bringing its formidable strength and advanced technology to the table, and it's clear they won't be sitting on the sidelines during this massive confrontation. In addition to the previously announced cast of heroes, one of the most exciting reveals was that Tom Hiddleston will be reprising his role as Loki. While he started out as a villain in the first Thor and Avengers films, he's since transformed into more of an anti-hero, and even a fan favorite thanks to his own Disney Plus series. That basically confirms that Loki's actions in the TVA could have major ramifications in Avengers Doomsday. What's particularly interesting is that we know the TVA has the ability to track events across not just the main 616 universe, the sacred timeline, but also across alternate universes, including the separate Fox X-Men 10005 universe. The TVA may have the ability to keep tabs on the timelines, but what happens when the timelines collide? It's clear that Loki isn't just a fun side character anymore. His role as the god of mischief has evolved into something more significant, and his ties to the universe are now essential to the larger story at hand. The final set chair in the Avengers Doomsday cast reveal video is none other than Robert Downey Jr., making his return to the MCU. He's not returning as an Iron Man variant, though that would be cool. Instead, he's taking the role of Dr. Doom, one of the most formidable villains in the Marvel Universe. For years, Dr. Doom has been one of the most feared and complex villains in Marvel Comics, and it's thrilling to think about what Downey's take on the character could bring to the table. It could very well redefine what we think of as the MCU's greatest villain. But how does this work, given that we saw Tony Stark die in Avengers Endgame? To answer that, I made a video that tells you everything you need to know about how Tony Stark becomes Dr. Doom, and catches you up on what Avengers Doomsday and Secret Wars are all about. Link is in the description. Now, let's talk about who's missing here. These announcements definitely left me feeling like this lineup was incomplete, especially since there weren't many of the classic Avengers mentioned. We got some exciting new faces, sure, but there were a few key characters missing that fans were expecting to see. For one, where is Mark Ruffalo as the Hulk? Hulk's role in the Avengers team has been essential, and it's hard to imagine the group facing multiversal threats without him. He's also showed up in the leaked concept art, so we know that at least in one pitch of the film, it includes his character. Whether he's still in Professor mode or back smashing things, Hulk's absence would be notable. Then there's Jeremy Renner as Hawkeye. Sure, we saw Clint Barton semi-retired in the Hawkeye series, passing the baton to Kate Bishop, but Clint's been a core member of the Avengers since the beginning, and fans are wondering if we'll see him back in action, or if his time has truly come to an end. Also missing in the lineup is Don Cheadle as War Machine. James Rhodes has always been one of Tony Stark's closest allies, and he's been a steadfast member of the Avengers, so it's surprising to not see him confirmed here. Especially with the stakes as high as they are, Rhodey's military experience and tech know-how would make him an invaluable asset. We also didn't get any confirmation confirmation for Elizabeth Olsen's Wanda Maximoff, aka Scarlet Witch, whose powers are more unpredictable and dangerous than ever after Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. The character may not have survived her confrontation with Doctor Strange, but the multiverse has a way of correcting all things. Given the chaos of the multiverse and the lingering aftermath of Wanda's actions, it feels like Wanda's presence in this film could have a major impact on the events. Yet she's nowhere to be seen in this announcement. And what about Benedict Cumberbatch as Doctor Strange? After his pivotal role in No Way Home and Multiverse of Madness, it seemed like it would be a natural inclusion for Avengers Doomsday, especially given the multiversal chaos in play. His magical abilities and vast knowledge of the multiverse would be crucial for navigating the kind of battle this movie is setting up. One of the biggest surprises is no official confirmation of Chris Evans returning as Steve Rogers, Captain America, or some version of him anyway. We last saw Steve passing his shield to Sam Wilson in Avengers Endgame, but there was still much left to explore in his story. It's a bit odd that Chris Evans isn't in the initial cast list, considering that it was already revealed in the trades that he'd be in the movie, but not exactly who he would be playing. Marvel might be keeping his role under wraps for now, possibly saving it for a secret cameo. So we'll probably have to wait a bit longer to get all the details. While we got some familiar Avengers adjacent characters, the absence of Tom Holland's Spider-Man, Haley Steinfeld's Kate Bishop, and Iman Vellani's Kamala Khan, Miss Marvel, are noticeably missing. Spider-Man has become such a major part of the MCU, so it's odd that there's no official confirmation of his involvement, especially after his last appearance in No Way Home. All in all, the cast reveal seems far from the final lineup. With so many fan favorite heroes still unaccounted for, it feels like Marvel is keeping some surprises up their sleeve for later. Whether they're saving their big moments for future announcements or perhaps even secret cameos, one thing's for sure, the final Avengers Doomsday cast is probably gonna be even bigger than we could have imagined. So tell me, what did you think about the Avengers Doomsday cast announcement? Were you happy with the characters that were announced, or did they leave out your favorite characters? Tell me your thoughts in the comments below because I really want to know what you think. And don't forget to like and subscribe to the Cinema Maverick channel for more content like this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.